Hey y'all, IrixGuy here, and I always like to post not only the initial field test video of a drone, but I like to post a follow-up video a few weeks later and share my opinions after having that drone for a few weeks. So the DJI Spark, I do like it a lot, and I will go ahead and say that out of all the DJI drones that I've owned to date, the DJI Spark was the one that I was the least impressed with. Now, that's not to say it's not a good drone. It's very well made. It's the smallest drone, but even though it's so small, it's very well made. I was disappointed for a few reasons. It didn't do 4K video. Obviously, I knew that going into it. I knew it was going to top out at 1080p, but the 1080p video that it did capture looked really good. I think that it looked better than a Phantom 2 Vision Plus. So, you know, that's for such a small size and such a small weight, that's an impressive feat. Now, also, the absence of a, and I'm looking around because I'm in a snaky area. That's how I get this cool video, this cool background bokeh, is that I get out in these snaky areas and film. So, yeah, let's see, what was I saying? The gimbal. The gimbal is a 2-axis gimbal, so you don't have the 3-axis like you have on the Phantom. So the video, you know, if you're just flying it without manipulating the camera up and down, it looks pretty good. But it's just not as fluid as a DJI Phantom or a Mavic Pro. And then also, at least at the time of posting this video, there is still no way within the app to adjust the gimbal wheel speed. So if you're hoping to get that cinematic, you know, slow video look that I've captured with a ton of my DJI Phantoms, that's not currently doable with the Spark, because even if you slowly move the stick, the gimbal wheel and the controller, it's still hard to get consistently capture the same gimbal wheel speed. Because with my Phantom, I was used to setting it to a certain number, and then when I went down or up with the camera, I knew it was going to be the same speed. With the Spark, that's currently unable to be done. Also, the Spark, the landing clearance is very little. So you've got a minimal amount of landing clearance. So if you're landing on something that's not perfectly flat, you know, maybe there's some rocks, maybe there's some sticks, some tall blades of grass, whatever, the possibility that the drone's camera may make contact with the ground is amplified. So for that reason, you know, it's not something that is as good as a Phantom or a Mavic Pro from a landing clearance perspective. Now, obviously, you can get landing gear for the Spark, and you can get landing gear for the Mavic Pro. Check the link within this video's description; you can find it there. But it's you know, it's a cool drone. I think the best thing, and again, this is after a few weeks with the Spark, and I think the best thing is just forget about the controller. You know, the controller, it's incredible that it can have the impressive range that it does with the controller. I mean, obviously I fly line of sight to be safe and responsible, but it's cool that it has that range. But I don't see that being a big selling point for the Spark. I think where the Spark's niche is, you know, the enhanced portability, ultra small, ultra lightweight, have your smartphone you're probably carrying anyway, control your Spark with your smartphone, or use an intelligent flight mode like the DJI Active Track, where it follows you. Check out my video where I demonstrated that, where the Spark was chasing me through the field. I thought that was really cool, and I thought that was one of the, I still feel that's one of the best applications for the DJI Spark. Will the DJI Spark replace the Phantom or the Mavic Pro? I don't think so, and I don't think they intend for it to do that. But I think what DJI does need to do, they need to add that gimbal wheel speed adjustment, because that's you know, that's, for me, that's a deal breaker. They need to somehow get a 4K camera on there. And if they could, and I know it's a smaller package, so, you know, maybe asking for too much, but if there's a way that they could increase the battery life just a little bit, because the battery life, and maybe it's because we've all gotten spoiled by the battery life on the Phantoms and the Mavic Pro, but the battery life is significantly less. So, you know, just something to be aware of. If you know, if you want to pack multiple batteries, that's cool, but the thing that I found, you know, being used to that longer duration flight time, is that once I get up and, you know, once I start capturing the footage that I want to get, it's almost time to land. And that battery, when the low battery starts, it means that, you know, you need to hurry up and get that thing on the ground. Because my first flight, and you can check it out, I was flying the Spark over a lake. So, you know, I completely expected to lose the drone. but I had enough trust, based upon or enough confidence rather, based upon my experience with previous DJI drones, that I felt like, this is a stupid thing to do, but wouldn't it be cool if I took this Spark off in front of a small boat, flew it around, and successfully landed it in the front of the small boat. And I was able to do that. Again, I do not recommend that. I completely expected to lose the drone, but I felt it was cool. Yes, I do like the Spark, but will the current model Spark for me replace a Mavic Pro or Phantom? No, it won't. But for somebody who just wants to have fun, I would say, get it without the controller and just have fun with it. Check the link within this video's description, or go to epicdroneshow.com. You can find store and drones. I've got all the drones and accessories listed there. And if you have any questions, drop me a message on my social media: Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube. I'm all over that stuff. So yeah, it's fun, and I'm not bashing it. But again, I am not. There are a lot of channels, and I never drop names because I don't even care. But there's a lot of channels, not just YouTube channels, but websites, etc., where they try to make something appear as if it's perfect, and it's not perfect, but it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm telling y'all my honest opinion after a few weeks with the DJI Spark. So it's cool. It's worth picking up. In a perfect world, what I think DJI would do, what I think they would do is that they would bring the Spark out around the $250 to $300 price point, because I think the price point now is too aggressive. And what's funny though is that it's probably still selling like hotcakes, because as viewers and I have mentioned as well within previous videos rather, DJI is kind of like the Apple of drones. They come out with the latest and greatest. Even though it may not be that much of a difference, people are probably still going to buy it just because they have that fanboy following, just like Apple. I mean, I'll admit I'm an Apple fanboy. I don't buy everything Apple. I mean, I'll upgrade my desktop and laptop every few years or so, but I don't buy every new revision of it. Same with the iPhone. I've got the current model iPhone, 7 Plus, the big one. I've got it because I broke my iPhone 6S. I was going to wait and upgrade to an 8 or a 9, but anyway, that's just funny. It's funny how it works, but that's my opinion. Tell me what you think. Be sure to subscribe, youtube.com/IrixGuy. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.